Alrighty, welcome back to the Crypto Report, everybody. I am Crypto Kip, and we are live. We are live, folks. Welcome. This is the Crypto Report. I am Crypto Kip, and let me tell you guys, this has been a pretty incredible week so far for crypto, and Bitcoin is finding a little bit of resistance, and we've kind of peaked at this potential level for resistance, and it seems to be playing out because there's a little bit more news coming out about tariffs and really specifically the effects of tariffs on inflation. And what we've seen today, and we knew this was coming this week, we didn't know exactly what the report was going to show us, but what we did know is that we were going to get another CPI reading, and inflation came in a little bit higher than expected. So given the fact that we have a little bit higher inflation, we are actually seeing Bitcoin retrace just a little bit today. And it's been after a very beautiful move to the upside, as we've seen Bitcoin take a new all-time high. So let's talk about, what's playing out right now. And there's a couple I told you so moments here, but I do want to remind you guys this very important piece. I'm not a financial advisor, and I'm not here to give you financial advice. What I am here for is talking about and reporting Crypto Report, right? Reporting on the crypto news and giving my personal opinions and sharing with you guys what I am personally seeing in these markets based on publicly available information that all of us have access to. Okay, so I love crypto. I've been in it since 2016. Buckle up, smash the like. Welcome back, guys. No more 10-minute intros. We just get right into it here now, right into it. So let's do that with zero further ado. Okay, welcome back. Take a peek at it. Let's do this right here. Boom. Over the last 7 days, we've had a really nice rally out of crypto. 121% for Pudgy Penguin, Stellar, Algorand, SEI, HBAR, our ISO 20022 compliant coins are pumping. A few others are pumping. A couple memes like Bonk are up. So we're seeing some very positive momentum for crypto. Not everything's coming back, not a lot of the memes, okay? But I do believe that there are going to be some very exciting moments for meme coins and a lot of altcoins very soon. And jumping right into kind of something that I noticed today was, first of all, here's Bitcoin. It's down from its high. Yes, Bitcoin got all the way up to a whopping $123,000 price, which was very beautiful. There you go. I had to get a little bit of water. But now we are down a little bit. And one thing that I've shared with you guys on this channel, and this is that kind of I told you so moment, was, nothing goes straight up. And there is going to be a little bit of potential resistance coming up just on this very simple, And what we've had is on our weekly candle, slight move above this. You could make an argument that we got to go off the bodies of the candle. If we're going off the bodies of the candle, and you could still make an argument that we've kind of broken out above it. But there's kind of a potential test off there's a wick. Maybe that's a rejection. We had the kind of wick above. There's a couple different ways to draw this, and of course it's different, and depending on what exchange you're looking at. This is Bitstamp. But this could be a potential level of resistance, guys. And we kind of talked about this. And, why did I look for resistance after a high? Shouldn't we be in price discovery mode? We're taking a new high, right? That's what people like to think. Well, there's kind of always something you could find for a level of resistance. We're not in true price discovery mode until I guess we break above this blue trend line. And with Crypto Week being the theme of this week, it could be a buy the rumor, sell the news event. Now, what I'm very impressed on is Ethereum finding its way back above $3,000 today. In fact, finding new highs for the year. Are we new highs for the year? Yeah, these are new highs for the year today. Really good to see. And really good to see for your altcoin holdings is Bitcoin dominance is actually breaking down below this level. Now, we've had moments, guys, and let me remind you this. We have had moments where Bitcoin has broken down significantly, but it can bounce back up. Just because we're starting to break out of this range doesn't mean that it's not going to find some kind of new range. Here's the deal right now. Unfortunately, Okay. And I'm very bullish on crypto. I think Bitcoin's going to $1 million one day. Not financial advice, of course. I think that altcoins can have another boom. I talk about Pepe going to 100 billion one day being possible. It could get an ETF. We know Dogecoin's going to get an ETF. There's so many bullish things going on in crypto. Take a breath. Okay. Got the breath. And we've also been talking about this, though, the Fed rate cuts being a catalyst for an altcoin season. And we are not getting good odds of a rate cut. And our odds just got even worse for September and even worse for October. So are rate cuts coming? And if rate cuts don't come, does that mean that altcoin season can still happen? Anything's possible. Okay, guys. But historically, what we've seen is we need rate cuts in order for an altcoin season to typically happen. And what we've got going on right now, which makes that difficult, is U.S. inflation rises to 2.7% higher than expectations. Let me go ahead and get the screen shared again. I see that dropped down for us. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. U.S. inflation rises to 2.7%, a little bit higher than expectations. And let's look at this little, I love this Grok tool. Here you go. You got, this is crazy. So Grok, what's the reason? Here's the explanation from Grok. The reason U.S. inflation rises to 2.7%, the June CPI released today, exceeds forecast. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you. Beautiful. Breaking news, everybody. Breaking news indeed. We've got I think this is a chicken salad sandwich with some spicy pickles. Very important. Very important stuff. Oh, is that tuna? It might be tuna. I don't know. It's going to be good regardless. But the reason for, see, how about that for a distraction? The 2.7% higher than expectation increase is due mainly, according to Grok, to tariffs on imports, which increase costs for goods like electronics and vehicles. Other factors include higher food prices from avian flu outbreaks affecting eggs, elevated energy costs. But the number one reason that Grok gives is tariffs. Now, Fed Chair Jerome Powell, who's been getting a lot of flack from all of us in the crypto space, and a lot of the president certainly is, oh, thank you very much, sweetheart. Much appreciated. We needed a tall glass of water, and folks, did we get one? It's beautiful to have a little sip of water. Thank you. Canned chicken with the spicy pickles. Isn't it beautiful? Isn't it beautiful? Okay, I'll share it again. I'll share the screen again. The main thing here is inflation. Okay, guys. And what we've been seeing is everybody kind of attacking the Fed and doubting the Fed and infighting kind of in the Fed. And what the Fed has been saying is we got to be cautious about tariffs, because tariffs could actually increase the problems with inflation, which is why he's been hesitant to cut the rates. And boom, now we actually are seeing that kind of come into fruition. So was Fed Chair Jerome Powell right? And the debate goes on. Does that make sense to everybody? Let me know in the chat. I hope that makes sense to everybody. Does that make sense? How about the doodles? What is everybody else talking about here in this chat? Shout out to Marty, by the way. Shout out to John and Crypto Keeper, Cedabuffs, Sandman in the chat. How's it going? How's it going? Sandman says, nobody really thought they would cut rates anyway, did they? Doctored figures to ease pressure put on them by the president. I guess I don't know. I don't know anything about what they're really going to do. I think that there is politics that plays into it. All we have really at the end of the day is this Fed Watch tool and the news stories and then the public reaction to it. But then there's political games that happen, and the president's playing them, and I think Fed Chair Powell's playing them, and he's not supposed to. Definitely the president's playing more political games than the Fed, I'd say. But I think that there is some political motivations behind anything that is even touching the government. And it's unavoidable, unfortunately. And it's the reality of the situation. And we're going to have that going on right now with crypto. I mean, 5 reasons why crypto is having another moment. Yeah, and that's a positive thing. But I also do want to look at this story and kind of chuckle. It's just call it a moment. Just a moment. Not an era. Okay, just another moment, which means that, you know, they're kind of implying that it's a short-lived moment. I don't know. I think it's going to be a long-lived moment. I think Bitcoin's going to be here for decades and decades, personally. But, there are political games going on. It's a huge week for crypto in DC, but the industry may not get everything it wants. Now, this is something that I warned you guys about this crypto week, and it's why going back to, the price of Bitcoin and potential resistance here. There's going to be political games being played this week. Just because it got passed in the Senate and it's going to the House doesn't mean there's going to be some moaning and groaning about the president's growing crypto empire. Quote, Democrats have concerns about President Trump's growing empire. The market structure package called the Clarity Act could be held up because there are concerns over the meme coin, over truth.fi, the ETFs, the crypto business. Now, the Genius Act, the stablecoin bill, is already passed in the Senate. And so it's probably going to be the first standalone bill, crypto measure signed into law. I don't think they're going anywhere on the stable coins. The politics of it goes to show that here's the deal, guys. Money talks, right? Coinbase, Ripple, and other crypto companies are lobbying Congress to put their concerns aside and back market structure package, anticipating that more regulatory uncertainty will encourage more investors in crypto. In other words, these crypto companies that are making a ton of money are paying politicians legally, lobbying, which is a whole conversation. I don't like lobbying. I don't like lobbyists. It's important, blah, blah, blah. Political parties, jargon, nonsense. Politics is stupid. But we do want legislation that allows for crypto to actually happen in the U.S. So it's part of it. It's a necessary evil, I guess. And money's talking. So some of it is going to get put through law, but there's going to be some stipulations put into this Clarity Act because of, again, these conflicts of interest with the president. And so you could see the market pause this rally because of this news. Again, this could be the buy the rumors, sell the news part of this event where like everybody is excited for crypto week. It's hype, hype, hype. It's called crypto week. That's bullish. Bitcoin's breaking new highs. It's the standalone laws getting measure. This just alone could send we could continue skyrocketing and go to this 2025 bull market peak. It could happen right now. This could be the catalyst. We could also see a little sell the news event before we get that continuation to the upside. The biggest problem right now going on for crypto is the Fed rate cuts, okay? And when we get into 2025 or 2026, maybe that's when we have the rally. Why would I even talk about it? Well, because if we get a new head of the Fed and he's appointed by the president, well, he's probably just going to do what the president wants, okay? So there you go. There you go. Yeah. So there's a lot to talk about right now, guys. Kind of wild. Fed rate cuts aren't looking good, guys. Even going into December, odds are coming up of maybe not a rate cut by December. And so I think there's a lot of people that are losing hope of rate cuts. But inflation's the problem today because of tariffs. Tariffs aren't really having full resolve yet. When you look at the stories going on right now in Yahoo Finance, and I love to always do this, they just give a nice set of the biggest stories for the day. Here's an article saying it's all about China. Why the stock market is brushing off the president's tariffs. Well, some argue that lack of escalating U.S.-China tensions is helping boost the tech sector. Because there's not escalations and more problems between the U.S. and China, the market's booming. But inflation is getting worse because of tariffs. Does that help the markets? I think it hurts the markets because, and we're seeing the S&P come down just a little bit today, because we do have, these tariffs are going to continue to rise inflation. Well, then how can you cut the rates if inflation is getting worse, right? But you still have the president coming out and saying, urges the Fed to cut rates by 3 points, claiming it would save $1 trillion a year. But then are we going to get hyperinflation? Do we care about hyperinflation? Are we abandoning the dollar and going to Bitcoin? Is that the master plan from the president? I don't know. But I will tell you this. Standard Chartered Bank is making big moves in the crypto space. Standard Chartered launches Bitcoin, Ethereum spot trading for institutional clients. This is big story. Pretty significant story today. Some financial institutions said they are seeing more client demand for crypto products as the price of Bitcoin is record highs. Everybody wants to FOMO in at the top. Institutions even want to FOMO in at the top. That's how people do it. They don't like to buy low and, listen to folks that have been in the crypto space since 2016 at the bear market lows. No, I got to wait for prices to go back up before I can get excited about crypto again. That's just what we've seen over and over again in these crypto spaces. It's part of the reason that we kind of get these blow off tops, right? Because we get this buying frenzy mania. As client demand accelerates further, we want to offer clients a route to transact, trade, and manage digital assets risk safely and efficiently with regulatory requirements, says the chief executive Bill Winters from Standard Chartered. So they are getting more involved in crypto. Gosh, they've been in headlines more than once this week. Bitcoin's nearly double where it was a year ago. This is what's behind the run. You would know this answer, what's behind the run, if you've been watching this channel. And you should subscribe to this channel for more crypto updates and start to understand these markets, understand the news. You got to do your own research, do your own due diligence, manage your own risks accordingly. Note that crypto is very volatile, especially in some of the lower cap plays. But overall, this market is hot because of ETFs, because of institutional demand, because Wall Street is adopting it, and because we've got, we thought we were going to be getting rate cuts, but we had the Bitcoin halving event that came, and then we got legislation. That's really exciting, and I'm still cautious with this inflation deal, with the tariff deal, with the rate cut problems. Historically, we kind of need that for that rally. But this week, these votes are going to be significant, and they could cause us to go up a little bit more. Again, could be the buy the rumor, sell the news event that you don't want to see. But Wednesday and Thursday, they are going to be voting. We'll probably see the crypto the stablecoin bill get passed. I don't know if we're going to get the Clarity Act passed. Is kind of what, as I'm reading into it, it's kind of what I'm looking at. Okay. On the liquidation side of things, I always kind of like to look at how this market is moving. I did tell you guys that there's a chance that some greedy longs get liquidated. Well, we did see a little uptick in that overnight. $326 million worth of longs have been liquidated today as we kind of took a new high for Bitcoin. People started getting greedy and started longing it through the breakout, and then it comes back down and kind of retests support. Actually broke down a little bit through support. Tariff news affecting inflation. This is stuff to pay attention to. But yeah, they can break. We can get into the breakdown of inflation. Let's actually look at that. Let's look at the breakdown of inflation. Do they show it here? There you go. So household energy costs are making up most of the inflation problems right now. Auto insurance is up. Everybody's auto insurance has been tough. Housing, pretty tough right now. You'll see rental cars are more expensive. Rent, earnings, personal care use vehicle, medical care, groceries. I don't know why that's yellow. I wonder why that's yellow. But things are getting more expensive, and I guess they're blaming tariffs. So that's kind of what we're looking at right now, guys. It's kind of what we're peeking at. You've also got some other stories. U.S. tariffs on Brazil could hit Embraer revenue. They're saying tariffs could be as bad as the pandemic. I guess that's wow. How's that for bold? That is a CEO of a company who's getting impacted by tariffs. So of course he's going to say something like, he doesn't want the tariffs, so he's going to put out it's going to be as bad as the pandemic, which is a wild thing for anybody to say. I'd say that's misinformation and that's horrible. And this is why you just don't trust people and you got to do your own due diligence. BlackRock's bumpier quarter fuels worst earning day in years. So they're having bad earnings, even though their Bitcoin ETFs have been successful. Yeah, and meat packers rethink beef exports to U.S. after tariffs. Tariff inflation is arriving. Was the Fed right? Is Fed Chair Paul smart? Was he right all along? Let me know what you guys think. Pepe in the chat says, Pepe's pumping. Pepe's getting a little bit of a boost today. A little bit of a boost. Why is that happening? Well, Bitcoin dominance is breaking down. Is it this big breakdown that we've all been waiting for? Well, it's part of a breakdown. This is certainly a breakdown. Let's see if it keeps tumbling. Just because it's going below it doesn't mean it's going to stay below it. Okay? In the week, we still got a lot of time left in this week. This could flip the other way. I'd like to see it continue to stumble. That means altcoins could start pumping. We've seen XRP get above $3, maybe finding some resistance there. We see it Crow above 10 cents. It did get close to above 12 cents the other day. Ethereum's above 3K, finding higher and higher prices, new highs for the year. And Bitcoin dominance is tumbling. It's really what you do want to see, folks. That's what you want to see. And Bitcoin's selling off a little bit, which you don't want to see, but it's also just natural for it to take a little bit of a breather. How's it going? Jimmy After Dark. It's Jimmy Lip. Had to make a new channel. Happy I found you again. But well, I'm glad you found me as well, Jimmy. How's it going, Jimmy After Dark? Wait, do you have a YouTube channel, Jimmy? What do you do on YouTube, man? Is that your channel? What happened to your channel? Did you lose your channel? What happened to you? Harry says John 316, but that doesn't even mean $1. What are we talking about in the chat? Crow is partnered with the president. Follow the money. Yeah, that's nice. Oh, you're talking about Adam Schiff in the chat? That guy's something else. He's got some creepy eyes, man. Let me tell you. He is a career politician. That's for sure. Talking about $1 Crow in the chat. Yeah, I believe in $1. I believe in $1 Crow. That's what I believe. So we're seeing things head the right direction today. Yeah, XRP, a little bit of a breather. Where did that dip down to? Back down to 280. Looks like it's trying to come back up, though, which is pretty cool. Love to see that. I don't know if you guys can hear, but my baby is just screaming in the hallway right now. It's time for a nap, I think. He's in hot water? I don't know anything about it. I got to look into this. Does it have anything to do with crypto, or is that separate? Is that something? Daryl says, I used to believe in $5 Crow. Now I'm hoping for a $1 Crow. Yeah, you know, I mean, I get you, but I don't know. I think got to wait for that real altcoin season, guys. I want to eat one of these chips so bad. How's it going, Harry, in the chat? What's happening? Set above says $1.88 to $2.18 for Crow. I could see that. Jimmy After Dark says, yeah, I don't do anything crypto related though. Just live stream conspiracies and watch B movies. YouTube took my channel down because I was... What? Why do you think they did it? That's horrible, man. I'm sorry you lost your channel. That's horrible, man. I believe if we do feel the negative effect of tariffs, it'll be around the holidays. Wouldn't that be convenient? Pepe in the chat says, Kip, do you think Pepe can hit 301? Yeah, I do. I do. I think so. Wait, 301. Isn't that a 10x? Yeah, I think that could happen. I think it could happen. I don't know. I believe so. I mean, that's still less than $100 billion market cap for Pepe. Remember, Dogecoin got to an $88 billion market cap. I'm never going to let that go. It's going to be my talking point forever. Helder in the chat says, thinks Pepe could go to 100 billion. I think it's possible. I think it's possible. It could be happening, Jimmy, but I'll tell you this, you know, haters are everywhere, and some of the biggest YouTubers out there have haters, and so I don't think it's that. I think there's something going on where I'm uncomfortable to talk about it, to be honest with you. You could DM me on X. We could talk about it. Sweet Feel says, bro, eat a chip. You could do it. Should I eat this chip? Should I eat this chip? I really want to eat the sandwich. It's a shame. She brought me the sandwich 7 minutes in, and it's just sitting there. For those of you guys tuning in, here's what we're talking about. We had a beautiful lunch brought in. Look at this beautiful lunch. Sourdough, chicken salad with spicy pickle sandwich, and barbecue chips. Do I eat this chip? Should I put out a poll? I think this is important. Frankly, I think it's more important than anything going on in crypto. Very important stuff. It does look top notch, doesn't it? Pepe says, Pepe in the chat, not Pepe Coin, but Pepe in the chat says Doge should hit 75 cents before September. Maybe. I'd love to see that. I just, isn't it crazy how, this is the dream, guys. But you still want that altcoin pump. Bitcoin doing what it's doing is the dream. This is what we've been waiting for years. But I know those altcoins, okay? We're waiting for it. All right. I'm being encouraged. You ready? How's that for some crunch? That's some like ASMR right there. Let's look at Doge, huh? Why not? I know we did a Doge video earlier today. How's that for some ASMR, right? I actually don't like when people chew into the mic, so that's why I didn't want to do it. It's kind of a lot. It's kind of weird to me. It's a little too intimate, kind of. And I just did it. Around town, are you talking about the problem that Jimmy After Dark is having? The Crypto Keeper just says, we can sit in our underwear and eat while you talk. You can eat too. That's awesome. That's awesome. That's hilarious. Yeah, we're all walking on eggshells right now. Yeah, it's crazy. Crazy. That's what it is. It is so accurate, though, Crypto Keeper. I know. I used to just be a viewer, too. And, yeah, I'd be showering, listening to YouTubers. You name it. Taking a bubble bath. Oh, my gosh, that's awesome. What are these little crown things? What are these little crown things? I don't understand. Does anybody know what these top fans? Ooh, I got top fans. Oh, you guys are competing to be top fans now, I guess. What is that? The amount of chats that you put out there? Oh, you're competing now. John's number 1. Sweet Feels is number 3. I feel like I could be just announcing like a horse race now. I feel like it's, we could speculate on who's going to be top in the chat. Wow, this is unbelievable. I never noticed this. This is brand new for YouTube. It's kind of cool. Whoever chats the most. How's it going, Carlito? Crypto Kip, what's up, brother? Been a while. Good, man. Working hard. Got a lot going on. Fighting for some deals right now. Working really hard with the day job, with the crypto content. Really want to see the altcoin season. I love to see this. Love to see this breaking down. RMR87. Who's your favorite Crow YouTuber outside of yourself and Blacksea? Well, these days, I'd say that Coin Baron's doing the most Crow content. And he does the best deep dives. If you really want to understand Chronos, I think he does the best job. Arguably. But, we've been doing it for years. So, obviously, we got our groove on when it comes to knowing everything about Crow. But I think Coin Baron does a spectacular job. And Oscar's a legend. And those are kind of the three that I think, just kind of looking at the space, I think the 3 channels there are kind of the big ones for Crow. Crypto Tro's pretty good too. Yeah, I forgot about that guy. He's pretty good. That's what it says. Kip's got the best accents though. Yeah, we do some impersonations over here. But Coin Baron's just got a great natural accent, It's just that natural. He's just over the pond. He's got his natural accent. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Do we need to hold what? Kip, do we need to hold 1300 for Pepe? What do you mean? Oh, I was going to look at Doge. This is some potential resistance for Doge. If ETH can keep moving, I'm not going to be surprised to see Doge get a maybe rather large breakout here, to be honest with you. But for Pepe, what do you mean? Oh. Thanks, Craig. Appreciate it. I'm glad you like it. We're trying pretty hard over here. That's true. That's a true story. Doge 45 cents. At some point, I think so. Wait, I gotta see what Pepe said. Well, we need to hold 30. We need to break through it, I guess. We need to break through it. Look at these little wicks here. A little bit of resistance there, huh? Just on these weekly candles right there. Well, my next biggest level is going to be, 4016. It's going to be my next biggest level. Give me 1 sec. 1 sec, guys. I got to check something. Okay. All right. Looks ready for 3100 bullish sign for alts. It is a bullish sign for alts. It does look pretty darn good right now, I gotta say. Next level for ETH is going to be next significant level for ETH is in tough level is going to be probably 35, 45 right here. I just say that because these weekly candles here, here, that little peak right there. Yeah, maybe around the $3,500 price level. Yeah. And then obviously right off the top of this too, 4,000. It's going to be a pretty psychological level at 4,000 as well. And let's just get these lines drawn in here because it's coming up. No doubt about it. Yeah, but as Ethereum breaks out, that's when your altcoin season technically gets triggered. And it's when you can see a Pepe maybe break through, 4011 or 16. And Crow maybe get back up to the 20-cent range and start moving towards $1 again. Why do you think that Dogecoin is lagging? It's not lagging. It's not lagging any more than Pepe or whatever. Shiba Inu's lagging the worst. Doge had a nice boost. I think maybe Doge is lagging right now because Elon's kind of battling the president. If I had to guess that could be an impact, could be a negative impact on Doge. Elon get in the hot water with the president, the pro-crypto president. Think about it. It could really be something that could impact Dogecoin. Maybe less people are interested in Dogecoin because the Elon narrative is weak now. The Elon narrative was strong, but now that Elon's kind of he's battling the Democrats and the Republicans, and he starts his own party. That kind of weakens the Elon thing, right? Maybe it strengthens it. Sweet feels is like eat another chip. ASMR time. There you go. Carlito says the American Party will take over. You know what? Let's do a little chat. Should there be a third party? You know what I'm talking about. Yes or no? I kind of wish there were no parties, to be honest with you. I wish there were just people that had opinions and you get to like them or dislike them. But it's just not how it works. Sweet feels in the chat. That's funny. Cracking me up, man. Oh, yeah, I mean, it is. It's. We'll see if there really is one. Yeah, there already is one. But you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Like, nobody cares about the Independent Party. Or there's the Tea Party or whatever. The Green Party. There's other parties. Just nobody cares. Nobody cares. It's a non-vote. If you vote for anything except for the left or the right, you know, then you're not putting in a valid vote. I mean, that's not my opinion. That's just what the system's played out as. It's just what it is. It's you either vote red, blue, or you throw away a vote. Period. So when I mean, you know, a third party, I mean, I'm talking about like one that actually has a chance, I guess. And then does it have a chance? Even if it happens, is it going to be the third party, or is it never going to work? Carlito says both major parties are. I mean, look, politics is politics, man. Yeah. And now crypto's a little political. That's the only reason we're talking about it on this channel. It is a little bit political. Donors are lobbying this crypto industry, which is why we've got bills coming to the House, because the lobbyists have money now, you know? Interesting. Yeah, a lot of people say yes. A lot of people say yes. I'm kind of with you there, guys. I'm kind of with you, but I don't know if it's that one. I don't know if it's that one. And we have third and fourth. I don't know how many parties there are in the US, but there's only two that kind of matter, and that's a bummer. Pepe says, did you see the Pepe added 15K new holders in 9 days? Yeah, I did see that. It's the top meme. I mean, honestly, I think it's the Dogecoin of this cycle. That's my opinion. I don't think you're getting 100x on Pepe these days, but I think that, you know, there's some good times ahead for Pepe. I'm not a financial advisor. I can't give you financial advice. I won't give you financial advice. You got to do your own research. You guys know that by now. And if you guys want to do some trading, by the way, check out the affiliates. It's one way to support the channel. Is check out the affiliates in the link of the description, in the links in the description. There you go. Down below. Check them out. Pinned in the comments after this video as well. All right. All right, guys, that's all I got. I'm going to eat a chicken salad sandwich and some spicy pickles with some beautiful barbecue chips. Any thoughts on Bonk for this run? I think that Bonk is probably going to do decent if we get that true altcoin season we're waiting for. I didn't say for sure again, but I think that Bonk is one of the top memes on Solana. It's one of the OGs from this last meme mania that we had, and I think it could have a nice comeback. It's Wade Wants One Chip for the road. Smash a like, subscribe to the channel, DCA HODL. Until next time, guys, I am Crypto Chip. We'll see you in the next one. Peace, guys.